Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I am finally here to do my real estate video on how it's been going for the last 6 months. If you are new to our channel, this channel is all about personal finance and small business. My husband and I own an independent grocery store here in Canada, and I'm also a real estate agent. Those of you who aren't new, thank you for sticking around and thank you for watching our videos and liking and subscribing. We really appreciate it. We love looking at all the comments, and we do try to get back to as many as possible, and we just really appreciate the support. So I became a real estate agent back in July of 2022, and I will link my Instagram handle below, but if you would like to follow me, if you're into real estate, I would greatly appreciate it. My handle is FeliciaDeMarco.realestate. I get asked all the time about how much it costs and the process of becoming a real estate agent. So the cost for the whole program in Ontario was about $4,400. So for where I did it, in Ontario, it was through Humber College, and I did it all online. So between the registration and application fees, all the courses, the exams that you had to pay for, plus any extra like studying material, it came to about $4,400. That was just for the program in itself. Then once you finish the program, there are a lot of extra costs on top of that. You have to join a brokerage, you have to pay for insurance, which is called RICO insurance in Ontario. It's basically like liability insurance, and you actually have to pay for like all your dues and things like that for the area that you will be working in. So that was actually another $3,400 on top of the $4,400 that I had already paid. As to why I went into real estate and how I got started, to answer this question, I've always wanted to go into real estate, but to be honest, I think in my early 20s I just kind of talked myself out of it. It was always at the back of my mind, but I think I always just told myself like I wasn't smart enough for it, or I just, you know, I didn't have the confidence to do it, and it really was something that held me back. And that is probably like the biggest regret that I have right now, is not starting it sooner. I just really talked myself out of doing it. During the pandemic was when I actually started, actually right before the pandemic. So right before, my mom actually got really sick and she was in the hospital for a while, and I think that's what kind of gave me the push that I needed. I just kept telling myself, why am I holding myself back from stuff that I really want to do? You know, life is too short to not be doing things that you enjoy, and that was like the push that I needed. And I started in January of 2020, and of course the pandemic started after that. But the way that I went through, and I'm not sure if Humber College does in-person learning, but it was all online for me, which was kind of a positive thing, because I was able to do it at my own pace and when I had time to do it. But also it did have its downfalls as well, just because, you know, there were obviously some days where I just didn't feel like doing anything, which, you know, became a problem on certain days. But for the most part, it was a good experience. It was great that I had the flexibility of being able to do it when I wanted. But I know, you know, online learning is not for everybody. I officially started in July of 2022, and right now I'm going to talk about all the transactions that I've done. The first one happened to be my husband and I's family home. So it just worked out that I had gotten licensed, and we were already planning to put our house up for sale within the coming weeks from that. So it was a great experience that I got to list my own house, because I got to actually go through all the steps of listing a home. I listed my very first home, which was my own, and then I also, you know, learned all the paperwork that came about that. I got to host my own open house. I just truly was able to go through the transaction process, and it was great because I was the owner of the home. So I just knew a lot more about the property than, you know, a regular real estate agent would have. The client actually came to see my house on my open house, and he actually didn't have an agent, so I met him through there. I got in contact with him that same afternoon just to see what he was looking for, and I was able to find him a house within a month after meeting. My second transaction was really special to me because it was, you know, a transaction outside of my own personal life, and it was a young family, so it was just really special that I was able to help them find a home. It took about a month in order to secure a property for them. We saw about 10 different properties. We had submitted, I think, 5 offers, all got rejected, and then finally we found a home that was listed one day, and we submitted an offer that same evening. So my third transaction was actually, again, personal. We did buy our family home, which was an interesting experience as well, and something that I took note of this was that don't ever feel like you have to not take a commission because the listing agent tells you not to. That's what situation I was kind of getting in during this transaction. The listing agent just really wanted me to not take any commission, and I wasn't having that. And the reason for that is because no matter what transaction you're doing, whether it's, you know, for a lease, for a house, for personal, for someone else, you will have to pay some type of like brokerage fee for them to process the transaction. So if you just like completely dissolve your commission, you're still gonna have to pay out of pocket, which isn't really fair, especially if you are working with an actual client. You don't want to be working for free, essentially. So my fourth transaction, I actually met a client through our business. She came to me looking for a place to lease. She was looking for a full family residential home, and I was able to help her secure a lease, honestly only 2 blocks from the house that she's currently living in, which was really great because she was looking in the same area. This transaction was a little bit different for me because I had never worked with leases, so I was a little bit more stressed than normal, but it worked out and I was able to secure that for her. So far I have 4 completed transactions, but I also have 4 clients that I'm working with now. So the lease actually just finished up, like I just finished up that transaction last week, but I've been working with 2 clients who are actually looking to buy their first home, so they are first-time home buyers. I'm looking to, I'm just looking into like helping them, and we have seen quite a few houses, but right now the market has been so crazy that unfortunately we haven't been able to secure a home for them. I also have another client who is going to be selling in the spring, so we are just kind of working together on pretty much just going through what she can do to make her house look the best that it can in the spring for when it does hit the market. And my other client is actually another client that I met through the store. He's actually a sales rep, and he's looking for a multi-family home, which can be anywhere from a duplex to like more units. So he's actually more looking for a 4-plex. So it's been kind of like, I've been kind of ranging with the customers that I have been working with, but it's been such a great experience. So I would like to eventually get into some commercial real estate. I think just because of the business that I am in with my husband, it kind of interests me a little more than normal. They do take a lot longer, and there is a lot more paperwork to go in that goes into it, but I think I would really have an interest in that, as well as like residential. But yeah, so that is like a wrap-up of everything on my transactions for the 6 months so far. So I have 4 completed, and I am working on another 4. On to the money. That is probably like something I get asked all the time as well, is it worth it? Do you even make a lot? Truly, to me, it's not really about the money. I do really enjoy this career, but in total for the 4 transactions that I have completed so far, roughly I have made about $30,000 in commission. Now this is $30,000 before taxes and before my commission split with my brokerage. So every brokerage has some type of commission split, whether it is 60-40, 70-30, they all have something. So my brokerage has a commission split of 70-30. So 70% of the commission goes to me and 30% goes to my brokerage. And the good thing about the brokerage that I picked is once you hit a certain amount of money that you have sold in total, it actually goes up on my end. So I will eventually, once I hit that threshold, I will eventually be able to keep 90% of my commission and only have to pay the brokerage 10%. Overall, I think I am doing pretty good for being in the profession for only 6 months. I feel like there's always something to learn, and you won't fully come into every situation right at the beginning that you can possibly encounter. I think for the amount of transactions I've had, I have definitely learned a lot, and I can tell you none of them were the same. Everything was so different, and it's just constantly a learning experience every time you do have a transaction. You are thinking of going into real estate and you do have some doubts, definitely try to do it and definitely push through. You know, there are some agents that are super outgoing that will film themselves and put themselves all over Instagram and Facebook, and then there are some agents that are more timid and shy, and that's okay. No one is the same, and just because you're not as outgoing as someone else doesn't mean that you can't provide your clients with excellent service. I am excited to see where the next 6 months lead me. I will be heading into the spring market, which right now where we are, the market is just so up and down, but it's looking like it is slowly going up again. So I am curious to see what it entails for me. Like I said, I am working with 4 clients right now, and I'm just excited, and hopefully we can get some deals done for them. Overall, I'm really enjoying the profession. I think more than anything that I've done, I just generally feel a lot happier. I have met a lot of great people, a lot of great agents, and I just can't wait to see where the next 6 months take me. Let me know in the comments below if you want any specific videos related to real estate. I would be happy to film them, and if you're interested in knowing the progression through my real estate career, I would definitely be open to filming more videos about it. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, a like, so maybe subscribe to our channel, and yeah, we'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.